Good morning. It's Wednesday, March 4th, and we're looking at the S&P 500. I have a 10-minute chart here because I think it makes it easier to see some of the movement here, just given how big the range has been. So let's just start down here at the bottom. So as far as what's been used already in this range, let's just go with that. So let's pick out what hasn't been used because that's what we want to pay attention to. I'd say first one down would be, of course, here. They just use this right here. So first one down would be right here, but they just use this. So it's something to keep an eye on. We'll see how that plays out here during the open, but I don't. The good news is that below here there's an 18-point gap down to there, and this is even arguably used over here. So this one's a little trickier. We'll have to see what happens if they come down here. But this one's definitely used right here. So even better news, if this is used, then you're looking for at least down to here, minimum. And if they come this low, very good chance they'll want to bring it right down to this area. And then I'd say this is all used below here. And then we got to pull this like this so we can actually see more of what's going on. This is not used. This is our key turn down here, the bottom one. So they could easily, if they came back here, they could easily come down and use this for a bounce up. This would be kind of the most likely place to bounce, would be up here. Anyway, that will be dependent on how the market moves during that time. So there's that one that's not used. I would argue that this is not used. This is not used. And then neither of these down here at 2930 area, neither of those are used. And then that 11 area is not used. Let's put things back in perspective here. These are not used. 2900, that area. And the rest of this is used. That's our low of this whole move down so far. So this, and if we take out this, we're probably, if we take out 2900 area, I know that's 160 points away, but just want to give you an idea here. If we take out 2900 area, we're likely going to a new low. So that's what you got to be watching for inside of the range, and then just right outside of the range, watch this area, and then down into these. We'll just see how this goes. I'll be as active as possible. So there's that side of it. And now let's talk about the other side. So they came up here, they used this, and then they used this, and then they used this right here. So if we take this out, and for sure if we can get up above here and hold, that would be a really good sign. Then they've really recovered from the sell-off yesterday. And let's talk about what's next. It's really hard to say that none of this is used, but this, something to keep an eye on would be up in this area. Depending on how this is moving, maybe they may probe up above this high, probe up here and get some pullback. So we'll have to watch that. This is used, and this is used, and this is used. I'm not entirely sure what that line is. So, but you would think that if they came back up here, if it got this high, this is 32, that's 140 points. So if they're going to come higher here, likely about 100 or so points up from where they are right now, this would be an area they'd probe and then come back a bit. And then if not, then we're going higher. I would definitely be keeping an eye on this 3,200 area. And then if we get higher than that, we'll we'll revisit that. But for now, all of the rest of this is really used all the way up here. And so wouldn't necessarily be looking for a big reversal there, but of course these markets are very volatile. Anything's really possible. And we'll see what they do here coming into the open. We've got about a little over 40 minutes from when I'm recording this, so there's still some time here before the market's open. And we'll just get what there is to get and do what there is to do when we're doing it. So I'll be as active as I can in the chat. If you have questions, certainly let me know, and I'll see you in the live trade signals.